That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Alright guys, very sorry I was not able to get y'all a video the past few days. I've been traveling across the country. I will try to get y'all as many videos as I possibly can because y'all have been absolutely smashing that like button. Our channel has been growing so much as of late and I owe y'all everything that I can give y'all. So yeah, let's get into this video, and here I'm going to be talking about our fantasy basketball risers after week 1. And please guys, keep in mind, this is going to be completely different than the football season. I know we all just got done playing fantasy football, where really you have to react fast after we see usage change, after we see roles and offenses change. Where in fantasy basketball, really those guys that are at the edge of your roster, yes, you need to be churning them out. You need to be making sure you're following those rotations. But these top players, don't be drastically changing your evaluation on them. Yes, we need to be slowly making sure that we raise players up and lower players down based on how they're performing in 2020. But we have so much of the season ahead of us. I really don't want y'all to overreact based on what we've already seen. All right, well, let's get into this video and let's talk about our first player for the Indiana Pacers. I mean, Sabonis coming out here and just absolutely putting teams on his back. So far through the first week, he's averaged 24 points a game. His efficiency has been through the roof, giving you 57% from the field. He's had 4 total threes this season. But what I talk about all the time is we need the big men that are going to give us the assist. Obviously, it's easy to find rebounds. It's easy to find points. But what is hard to find at the big man position is going to be those assists, and he is averaging 7 assists a game. Now, please go down to the comment section and let me know what you're projecting for him rest of season. Personally, I have a hard time in moving him up into that top range. He was being drafted in the middle of the round 5 of fantasy basketball drafts this past offseason. And yeah, I did not necessarily have a strong take on him, whether I was targeting him or avoiding him in that range. I thought that he was fairly evaluated, and I want to move him up slightly. I just don't know how much I should. So let me know what y'all think. And now our next player that we're going to talk about may actually be a sell high player for me, and this is going to be Brandon Ingram. Okay, so yes, Brandon Ingram is definitely rising in fantasy ranks. I mean, averaging 27 points right now, 44% from the field. And what is most impressive is what he's been able to do in rebounds and assists. He's averaging 7 rebounds a game and 7 assists, while also getting a steal and almost a block a game. So guys, I mean, with Brandon Ingram, he's been giving you everything that you'd want. He is one of these players that is putting up numbers in every single category. But what I'm a little bit concerned with Brandon Ingram is, one, what if we see Zion change his role in this offense slightly as the year goes on? Obviously, Zion is nowhere close to being the player that he should be by the time we get to the end of the season. His rookie season, he did not get to put in a full year. You would have questions on how much that stunted his development. Obviously, he's going to be a player that continues to grow in that offense and continues to demand the ball more and more. But my main issue here is I just don't really want to invest into the New Orleans Pelicans as we have in years past. Why I liked them in 2019 is because the pace of play was so high, where they were seeing so many possessions per game, where we have not seen the same thing this year with the coaching change. I think that we are going to see the possessions for this team really be lowered compared to what it was a year ago. We know that is going to have an impact for their players. So if you can take Brandon Ingram, who looks like he is stepping into his prime in this rotation, and he does have that massive role, and you can flip him for a player that we're a little bit more excited about, I think that's something that I would look to do, although he is definitely a player rising up rankings. And yeah, I mean, he looks exactly what the Los Angeles Lakers wanted him to be whenever they decided to draft him. It sucks that it's coming this late on, but with Brandon Ingram, a player that I think we may be wanting to sell. Okay, so now our next player is honestly someone I was avoiding, and it looks like it's going to come around and bite me in the ass. And this is going to be Andre Drummond, coming out here averaging 20 points a game, 44% from the field. But what is most impressive in my opinion is not only is he averaging almost 2 blocks and 3 assists a game, while these numbers should come down. There's no way in hell that we are going to see those stay throughout the entire season. Obviously, that's something that we're excited about seeing, and you've been very excited if you have been starting Andre Drummond in your own league and you drafted him. I mean, he has been single-handedly winning you these categories, but what I am most impressed in is what we talk about all the time. It's the assist at the big man position. I mean, here he's averaging 4 assists a game. I know this is nothing crazy, but we know with Andre Drummond, this has not been a part of his game prior to 2020. Now, it's not something that I can guarantee saying we're going to have it the rest of the season. I think he does regress slightly closer to his career numbers, but if his role on this team is changing where he is going to be seeing more assists per game, I mean, knowing that he's averaging 15 rebounds, that's going to regress a little bit, but still, I mean, he could easily lead the NBA in rebounds. Nobody would be surprised about that. I mean, he looks like he was a great value in fantasy drafts this season. All right, so now our next player that we are going to talk about is another player that, honestly, I am so excited about. Y'all know he was my #1 draft day target in the first round. This is going to be Nikola Jokic. I mean, out here doing exactly what we wanted. 24 points a game. The efficiency is through the roof. I mean, 62% from field, 12 rebounds a game, 14 assists per game. I know I'm so annoying talking about assist, but they are hard to come by, and this is why we are drafting him in the first round aggressively, is because we know how he is used in this rotation is someone that is going to have the ball in his hands a significant amount, and he has fantastic court vision. 14 assists a game is not going to hold up, but just knowing that he can come out here and he can put up a game where he's seeing 14, 18 assists, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. He's also giving you defensive statistics in 1.3 steals and 1.3 blocks per game. I mean, Nikola Jokic is on fire right now. We remember that he started 2019 slow and he had to play himself into shape. Well, it looks like he came into 2020 with nothing holding him back. It looks like he could be a player that is just going to single-handedly win you your fantasy basketball title if he continues anything close to this, because he is winning you multiple categories on his own right now. Oh my God. How did he get by the middle of the first round in a ton of fantasy drafts? I mean, anybody who passed on him must be feeling stupid right now. And now our next player is going to be CJ McCollum, coming out here, and he is having a great start of the year. 29 points, 44% from the field, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal and a half a game, and 0.7 blocks. Now here with CJ McCollum, this is a very intriguing player in my opinion. Please go down to the comment section and let me know what you are doing with CJ McCollum. Generally, I am looking to sell high on the players that are scorers first and aren't stacking up the other statistics on a regular basis, just because I think in fantasy basketball, a lot of people just overrate the points category where, yeah, I mean, it's fantastic if you're going to get a high scoring player, but I also want to see consistent rebounds. I want to see consistent assists. I don't know if we're going to have that with CJ McCollum throughout the entire season to where his evaluation is right now. So let me know what you are doing with him. Now, our next player, Bradley Beal, coming out here and having a monstrous start to 2020. 33 points, 47% from the field, 5 rebounds, 5 assists a game, and 2 steals. Now, with Bradley Beal, I mean, I think this is something that obviously we're not going to expect the 33 points to continue, but we're going to be expecting a ton of production in this rotation, and that's because the Washington Wizards defense is so bad. I mean, we know that this is going to be a team that's having to push the pace of play. They are going to be one of the fastest teams in the NBA in terms of also going up there and just getting a ridiculous amount of possessions. So Bradley Beal, a player that I'm very excited about. I'm very excited about a lot of those players on Washington. Looks like it's going to be one of the worst teams in the NBA yet again with Russell Westbrook, and those possessions are going to be through the roof. And now our last player that we're going to talk about is going to be Chris Middleton, coming out here, having a fantastic day on Christmas, we all know. He had 26 points a game. He has 52% from the field. He's already made 10 threes so far this season, and he's averaging 6 assists a game. Now, Chris Middleton, not someone that I was targeting in fantasy drafts this past season, but it looks like I may have just been mistaken in what we were going to be expecting in terms of his overall role in his rotation. I thought that we were going to have Giannis putting up more shots. I thought that Chris Middleton was not going to be knocking down his threes at this type of efficiency. But yeah, obviously some of these things are going to regress. Obviously we cannot count on every single one of these things maintaining throughout the entire season. But thank y'all so much for all the support. Thank y'all so much for sticking out to the video. If y'all can, go down there, drop that like, leave that comment. It really, really helps us out. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And yeah, I will see y'all with the video tomorrow.